Welcome to Nintendo Nexus. Today we're taking a look at the top 5 upcoming fighting games for the Nintendo Switch in 2020. Let's get started. At number 5 is Bounty Battle. Now, Bounty Battle is a brawl in which the heroes of various indie games fight. The game was inspired by such titles as Skullgirls Brawl Out, Injustice, Gods Among Us, and BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, and was developed by the independent French team of Dark Screen Games. The creation of this game was possible thanks to a successful crowdfunding campaign on Fig.co. Now, the plot of the game is pretty much like this. The Bounty Battle starts when mysterious vortexes appear in the multiverse, which not only enable communication and travel between different worlds, but also endow the Chosen Ones with magical abilities. Shortly afterwards, the Chosen Ones begin to fight for dominance over the rest of the world, leading to the outbreak of countless wars. Thousands of years later, the conflicts are still unresolved, so the wise beings decide to organize a tournament with the most eminent warriors from every universe. Heroes for whom a bounty was placed must fight to the death and life to see who comes out victoriously and will take control of the world. Now, the game basically, in terms of mechanics, the Bounty Battle game, we watch the action from the side. During the game, we're fighting spectacular duels involving characters known from over 20 indie games. Each of the heroes has unique abilities which translate into different combat styles and has a companion at his disposal, who can be called upon to help at any time. Among a dozen or so different areas, we can find good places inspired by game locations and completely new ones designed especially for this game. The game's game modes, though, are slightly interesting. You do have a tutorial to begin with, but then there's a story mode, or you can challenge up to 3 players in local multiplayer. If necessary, you can also improve your skills in the special practice mode. In terms of other things, this is a very colorful, and also it's got a 2D style in terms of graphics to it, maintaining that kind of cartoony style. So you'll definitely enjoy it if you're looking for a cartoony fighting game. At number 4 is Beat Me. Beat Me is a party action game that combines a fighting game with platformer elements. The production was developed by the independent Polish team Red Limb Studio, known mainly for Rise of the Insanity. This time the creators were inspired by the Super Smash Bros. Series, as well as Gang Beats and Stick Fight the Game, which was released in 2017. Now, what's really interesting about this game is that essentially it allows for a really cool and goofy sort of gameplay. Now, the style of this game is very similar to the Smash Bros. Series, right? The action is watched from the side, and it's kind of like a classic platformer, and you have different kind of plates you can stand on boards, and there's up to 6 players that are fighting against each other at the same time, trying to eliminate the remaining participants. Now, the game itself is pretty much akin to something like Smash Bros., but it's got a very colorful style to it, and overall, the game works a little bit different than Smash Bros. In the sense that you have sort of life points in this game, and if you end up getting destroyed by a shot from a bow, or a sword destroying you, or just a well-played spell, depending on which, class you're playing, because there are sort of classes, you got mage, warrior, etc. Now, depending on that, a battle and a clash can be just not very long. It can end very fast, and that's why this is the sort of game allowing for very quick play and several skirmishes to happen very quick in the match itself. The gameplay is based on a system of reliable physics used in combat and on each or more of the 100 arenas. Here you will basically find arenas located in ruins, in the jungle, or a floating ship, or maybe a distant planet, and loads of other areas that they base the actual places on. Each of them has its own environment elements, such as wooden footbridges, falling asteroids, or death traps we can use to gain an advantage in battle. So the game is additionally varied with special power-ups that move around the arena in the form of lights and allow you to perform more powerful attacks, restore health, or turn your character into a powerful demon. In terms of game modes, though, the developers have taken care to provide a variety of game modes, including the classic deathmatch. The Beat Me allows you basically to have 6 people to play in the shared screen mode or over the internet. So generally speaking, if you're looking for a very colorful and more to the point and quicker game to play that's also a little bit goofy, then this may be the game for you. At number 3 is Jump Force. This is a 3D fighting game developed by Spike Chunsoft. The game enables the players to participate in a spectacular battle fought between characters from many, and I really mean many, different popular anime series. Among the playable characters, there are people like Son Goku, Naruto, Monkey D. Luffy, as well as loads more from like Bleach and even Hunter x Hunter. So if you're looking for a game with loads of anime characters, this may be it. Now the game takes place in an alternate reality in which worlds, known from various manga series and anime, have combined with our reality. This caused heroes like Son Goku and Naruto, as well as villains like Frieza, to appear on Earth. In order to defeat the villains, all famous heroes will need to unite. Now, in terms of mechanics, like the previous games developed by Spike Chunsoft, Jump Force is a classic 3D fighting game in which the players are controlling characters like either, Naruto, Sasuke, Monkey D. Luffy, and Frieza, and each character can use many different moves, as well as unique special attacks, making for some really truly amazing combat if you're looking for that sort of stuff. But on top of that, the developers of Jump Force used the popular Unreal Engine specifically for this game, and specifically the Unreal Engine 4 technology, and thanks to that, the game has incredibly high quality graphics, and I think I could argue that this is probably one of the highest quality of graphics in any anime game ever, pretty much, because it looks incredibly good, and the attention to detail is incredible if you look at all the different anime characters as well as the effects that are used. Next up on this list is going to be Samurai Shodown NeoGeo Collection. Now this is a set of 6 brawlers from the Samurai Shodown series, which debuted on the NeoGeo console. Now the gameplay in each of these games is basically based on like dynamic and bloody duels in various arenas. Now the general pillar of the gameplay is that each game that make up the compilation of this collection is that they all have brutal and bloody combat in numerous places. The Japanese warriors take part in these clashes, each have like an individual fighting style, the mastery of which is key to your success. In addition to it, it's important to also avoid enemy attacks and conduct fast counterattacks, which allows for a really unique set of combats to actually be had. Now, the Samurai Shodown NeoGeo Collection, where you can basically play alone or challenge others players to combat. Multiplayer duels can be fought both locally and over the internet. In addition to that, the authors, or the developers rather, have added the so-called museum mode, which is a database of information about individual warriors. There's also some other things about this game. Do keep in mind, this is a game that uses a very old school kind of style to it. It's the original versions, right? And they've essentially just remained unchanged. So it's pretty much just ports, but it's a collection, so you get more than one, and you get to enjoy them in a higher resolution. So if you're looking for an old school style of fighting type game, then this may be for you. Finishing off the list is Mighty Fight Federation. Mighty Fight Federation is a multiplayer arena fighter with a focus on fighting game fundamentals. Slam your enemies into walls, launch them into the air, and follow up with the fast, high-flying attacks. You get to choose from 11 fighters, each of them which has unique playstyles and deep combo opportunities. In terms of what the game actually offers in terms of story, well, you have a vast reach of space, and there lies a being of incredible cosmic power, known only as Hyperion. Wielding the ability to bend reality to his will, he has collected the hypest warriors from across the multiverse. His goal? To pit them against each other in the universe's most electrifying pay-per-view event, the Mighty Fight Federation. In terms of what you can expect from this game in terms of gameplay, well, it's a throwback back to the sort of 3D classic arena fighters, but with more of a focus on like the fighting game fundamentals. You get to select from a roster of different characters, which each all have a distinct and deep combo opportunity, as well as, distinct kind of abilities for you to work with, right? You get to use that game's hype mechanic to zone, evade, and counter, as well as play mind games with your opponent. Now, Mighty Fight combines the old with the new in a fresh competitive twist on the party fighter genre. In terms of what you can expect in terms of features though, the game has a multiplayer mayhem mode where you can battle with up to 4 players locally as well as online. You also can play by yourself and experience like the what if endings. Or if you're looking to improve in the game, you can jump into the tutorials and training mode. Now, you can choose a character and pick from a roster of 11 outlandish characters with unique playstyles. You can place traps, throw explosive projectiles, and charge in with rushdown combos. Find a style that fits the way you play, fight or flight. Basically, it's up to you. You can build energy to spend on combo breaks or spend it all on the hype factor activation, which is basically like almost an ultimate, which can basically turn the tide of the battle if that's what you want to do with it, right? right? It is all really up to you. You choose the right choice, and that makes all the difference. And that's why if you're looking for this sort of game, you should check out Mighty Fight Federation.